Hi guys, it's Jamie and today I'm going to show you how to do this skull makeover. So on my Instagram I've been requested quite a lot to start a YouTube and when I asked what kind of looks that you fancied, this was the most requested, so I thought why not and give it a go. But I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never edited anything in my entire life. I have no idea how to work YouTube, so bear with me and I hope it's not too bad. But here we go. So I'm just going to start. I have a completely bare face. There's no makeup on my skin at all. I used this Garnier Micellar water just to take all my makeup off. And I'm going to start off with a primer. I'm going to use the Matte Veil, which is a completely mattifying primer. It's just going to prepare my skin for makeup and it'll mattify everything down and just make everything last a lot longer. So start off with that. I'm just going to use a foundation brush and I'm going to pop that all over my face, concentrating mostly on the T-zone because that's where I myself get quite oily. Perfect. And just let that sink in for a bit. And I'm going to go in with my foundation as a base first. So I've got my colour, which is Skin Base in number 10. I've seen people do this before. And I've got Skin Base in 01, which is pretty much just white. And I'm going to mix those two together and just put it all over. Now that I've got my base, I'm going to outline all the areas I'm going to colour in black. So start off with the eye socket. And because you're using a white pencil, it's really easily rubbed out, erased, and you can just paint right over it and you won't be able to see your outline. I like making mine look quite uneven, just like a real eye socket would. And go on to do your nose, so it's like a little triangle on each side. You can make it a double triangle if you like, but if you're doing the whole face like we're doing today, I would just do a triangle on each side. So okay, so it's very faint, but we're going to go over that anyway. And the pencil I used was just a white pencil, a white eye pencil by Illamasqua, and it's called Elate. Now to go on to the cheeks. So I'm going to change over to a black pencil. I'm sure everyone's got one at home anyway. And I'm going to do quite a weird shape here. It's like, I don't know, I'll show you. So start off right in the jawline. You can do this quite high up. If you can imagine, that's where your teeth are going to go. So it's like that bit your cheekbones coming over or whatever. And then the dark area, you're going to kind of colour this whole section in, but mostly this. That kind of area is the really, really black bit. And then just do the same on the other side. There you go. Happy with that. That's really messy, but I know I'm going to colour it in black anyway, so I don't really care. Also, go on with your temples. So it's just like little semicircles, just where your temples, you can kind of feel it. Yeah. Okay, up. So there's a bit mad just now, but we'll get there. I'm just going to go in and colour this area in here and my eye socket. You can use anything for this. You can use your pencil. I like using gel eyeliner just because it's quite sturdy. It's not going to move. It's not going to budge, and it's very black. So the one I'm using is the Illamasqua, Illamasqua Draft, and I just go all over the eye sockets and just in here as well. And I'm sure you'll see me kind of blending it out a bit. Okay, and that is the total basics. I look absolutely insane right now, but you can see I've just coloured in the areas, and you saw me drag this gel liner down here as well, because I'm going to buff that in anyway, and that's going to be a real harsh kind of contour. And now I'm going to go in with a bit of detail. So around your eyes, obviously these look just like circles just now. All we have to do is put in a few little bits of detail and a bit of shading to make them a bit more lifelike. So again with my gel liner, or you can use your pencil for this. Just go in here and create a little brow bone. Do that on the other side. Perfect. Now get a blending brush. I'm just using all Illamasqua brushes today, and this is the blending brush. And I'm just going to drag that out a wee bit. Also, while I've got this, I'm just going to buff that in a wee bit. Now, this gel liner is absolutely amazing because you can kind of warm it up and it'll still move again, so you don't need to worry too much about harsh lines or anything. And I'm going to go over this with eyeshadow anyway. Okay, so I just kind of went over my eye sockets a bit more just to get rid of any white and make sure my eyebrows are fully covered as well. I'm not too worried about creasing or anything like that because I've got black eyeshadow I'll just press on top. I'm going to go in and do the teeth, I think, now. So what I start off with is my white foundation again. Get a little bit of that. And I'm going to use a smoothing brush by Illamasqua. And I'm going to do a line right along my mouth. I've seen a lot of artists that say only stick to this big for your teeth, but I like putting mine right on my face, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, I know this looks so stupid right now, but when you've got the rest of your highlights on and stuff, it will look quite good, I think. Then I'm going to go in with my liquid liner, and this is Illamasqua again, and it's Abyss, so it's really, really black, and it's got a really fine little tip, so it's quite good for kind of precise detail and stuff. And I'm going to just go on, and I'm going to draw two smile lines right up to my jaw, and just vertical lines. So this is quite like a zombie skull. You can make your teeth as realistic as you want, but I like just doing it this way because it always looks good. You don't need to worry about your teeth looking too messy. So start. So now I've done my vertical lines, I'm just going to add tiny little V's on the top of the teeth just to give the kind of effect of, I don't know, other bone. Okay, so that is like the start of the teeth done, so it's the very, very basics. Now I'm going to do a wee bit more shading. So get your black eyeshadow. I'm using Obsidian by Illamasqua, which is the blackest black eyeshadow. It's matte as well, which I love. And I'm just going to use eyeshadow brush. I'm going to pack it on top of my eyes first. So just on top of the socket that you've created, pop this on all over. You can see how much more intense that looks. Fab. Then go in with your blending brush again, pick up some of the shadow, and we're just going to work on their jaw. And because you've got your foundation base on, it's much easier to blend right now. Like if you didn't put foundation on, it would be dry skin, it just wouldn't look right. So drag it down over that wee area. Now when it comes to your teeth, I like doing a bit of shading around my teeth as well. So I'm going to go in with a grey eyeshadow called Incubus. Mask again. Get a little bit, and I like just putting, I don't know, sort of a wee bit around my teeth. And I love doing a wee bit in the forehead as well, just because it is just like it breaks it up a bit. Now I'm going to go in and put a little bit of detail just around all these parts with my black pencil. So just a kohl pencil again. Make sure it's nice and sharp as well, because otherwise it'll just look a bit silly, won't it? And I'm going to go under the eyes, on top of this wee jaw here, and round the nose a bit, and then because it's kohl pencil you can just kind of blend it out a bit. It just gives a wee bit more dimension. Then back in with the white pencil, and I'm just going to go around and highlight little areas. Perfect. Now I'm wary because I've got a kitten and he keeps on climbing up me like a tree and it's agony, it's so sore. So if I yell out in pain, excuse me. I'm just going to take my black eyeshadow again and my blending brush, and I'm just going to fill in this area here and blend that right in. Perfect. You can see that's just added a wee bit more effect there. And now to highlight. So I'm going to go in with my white foundation. I'm going to go in with my white foundation. He's going to jump on me. He's going to sleep. White foundation, and we're just going to highlight all the areas that we want highlighted. So I'm going to go in with a smaller brush again, just a clean blending brush, and I'm going to go in to all the areas that I want nice and light. So starting off with the jaw. Perfect. So I just went up the jaw, cheekbones and forehead, and I'm going to just go above my eye socket actually. And then I'm going to work in the teeth a little bit. So the product I use for this is Scribe, which is just like our black lip liner but pure white, and it's amazing. It's so good. It's really, really bright as well. So if I just go around some areas in the teeth, it'll make them stick out more, like it's a white, so it looks even stronger. So do that now. Difference that make, it just makes it so much brighter and them stick out so much more. So if you don't have a liquid liner at home though, you can use a white eyeshadow or even more of the white foundation and just stipple it on, and that'll make quite a big difference. You can see it from far away. It's looking, getting there, we're getting there. Now for the actual jaw and neck. So how I do this is I get my gel liner again, dip in my brush, and I just draw a new jawline. So I usually extend it over mine because I've got quite a round face. Now for the neck, I do this a really easy way, almost cheat. So what I do is I get my gel liner brush that's got excess on it, and I'll just draw sweeping lines right up my neck and on the other side as well, and then put white in the middle. So I'll show you. So we've done the basics. I'm just going to go in and add a little more detail, and then that'll be us done. So all I did there was just did a bit more blending, added 2 little cracks at my bottom of my eyes. I'm going to add in a few wee cracks on my chin actually. So this is why I shouldn't do a YouTube, I'm too indecisive. So that is how I made the look. So hopefully you liked it, and I think this is dead easy. It's a really good one for Halloween, or even if you just like kind of mess about with makeup anyway. So say you're going out, all you do now so all I've done now is added a pair of lashes on. These are my Lush Lashes from Illamasqua, my absolute favourite. It's Halloween or not. And a little bit of Pigment as well, which is Android by Illamasqua, which is just a really beautiful kind of sparkly pigment that looks amazing on black. So I really hope that you liked the video. I hope you learned something. I'm aiming to do maybe like 1 video a week just now, just to see how busy I am and see how it goes, obviously. But you can subscribe, you can like, comment, whatever. I'll put a product list down below as well, just about everything I used. It's not that much stuff either. Most of it you probably have in your makeup bag already. So I hope you liked it, and I will see you later.